Shay Renee. So let's just get into it, shall we? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about Heart and Hustle Houston. Okay, now Heart and Hustle, if y'all don't know, it's kind of like a franchise of sorts because they have shows in different areas. I didn't know that until I looked it up today. But they have this show in Houston now where there are 6 young ladies on the show. Well, they're like middle aged. I think late 30s, mid 30s to 40s or whatever group of friends that either met each other along the way, met each other in college, whatever the case may be. All of them are going through different stints of life, and some of them are having relationship problems or triumphs. Some of them new businesses, career changes. But all in all, this is a group that is cohesive. So I'm really excited about this show. I think this is going to be really cute. And I think that this show really represents what the Oprah Winfrey Network is really all about. Because the Oprah Winfrey Network was really all about women's empowerment, right? And then we kind of took a turn to shows like Love and Marriage Huntsville, where the women look foolish. But that's another story for another day. But let's speak to the peoples that is in the chat, or are in the chat rather. Chocolate 25 LM is in the building. She says, hey Shay Renee, what's up? Thank you so much for watching. My beautiful friend Lee is here. She says, hey Shay, what's up Lee? Thank you so much for joining. So I wanted to share with you all my thoughts on this show. It's really cute, and I'm kind of seeing some things. I'm kind of seeing some things with the peoples, with the ladies, okay, especially Elena, okay. But yeah, let me share my screen so we can kind of break down who each of the ladies are, okay. Let's break down who each of these ladies are. All right, let's just see what y'all can see here. All right, so we have, I don't know if I can click on her. Let me see. Oh, it ain't gonna get no larger. Oh, wait a minute. I can make it bigger. Maybe. Oh, come on, MacBook. All right. So we have Munira Page. Okay. Munira is a wife, mother. She's a former electrical engineer, and now she's a full-time content creator. Okay. Munira is really cute. I like her. She didn't really say too much in the first episode, but in the second episode, I think we saw a little bit too much of her and her damn husband, but we're going to get into that. But I was like, damn, is this the Munira show? I feel like they ain't see enough of her in the beginning. And now they, it's all about her and her damn husband and her family and her beautiful daughters and her mama. I didn't understand what was going on there. But that's Munira, okay? Then we have Chloe Cook. Chloe Cook is 44 years old. She's an event planner and a businesswoman. Now, Chloe, you is cute, girl, but you got too much Botox in your top lip. And I don't know if Chloe forgot that we was Black. She don't need all that. Chloe, you did too much, all right? Oh, thank you so much, Chocolate 25 LM. She sent us a $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. I got to get my money song together, okay? But thank you. We appreciate your support of the channel so much. Channer, I can't even talk tonight, y'all. The duck lips. That was me talking about the duck lips. I couldn't get it out. Lee says, what's the name of the light-skinned lady with the BBL that don't match her legs and them duck lips? don't think I like her already. Now leave. That is hilarious. And that is exactly who I just described. Chloe Cook. Yep, it's Chloe Cook. My girl Sweet Pea is in the building. She says, "Hey Shay and chat. Sweet Pea is one of my members and she also is my mod. So thank you so much for joining and helping me out tonight, sis." Lee says, "Oh, so it's Chloe." Yes, ma'am. It is Miss Chloe. It is Miss Chloe. Okay. So Chloe, yeah, her BBL don't look good. I hope it don't stink like the people say it do. But yeah, Chloe got a big butt and big top lip. And she don't, I just feel like we need to stop doing all this stuff to ourselves. Matter of fact, let me get this off the screen because I feel like it's blocking y'all from seeing the names. Okay. I just feel like we don't need to do all this stuff to ourselves. We really just don't. Then we got Ro Picardo. Okay. Ro is 39. She's a hospitality entrepreneur. Okay. AKA bartender, AKA bottle girl, AKA she work at the clubs and the restaurants. Okay. So Ro, she has an interesting story. Let's go back. Let's go back. Munira Page, she's a mother, electrical engineer, content creator, right? However, so Munira, she was in the electrical engineering field. She, was moving up the ladder, doing all the things, and she was doing her content creating at the same time. So it got to a point where she had to make a choice between content creating and doing her being an electrical engineer. She was making a lot of money doing that, but she's getting all these brand deals, and just her time just wasn't there to be there for her children, her husband. She ain't have enough arms. She couldn't spread herself thin enough. So she decided to give up her electrical engineering career and become a content creator full time. Now we're learning in episode 2 that her husband and her mama don't get along, and her daddy and her mama got a divorce. So the mama came and moved to the Americas with her. Okay, from I forgot where she's from, but um, the mama came and dumped herself on her, which she's an only child. And one thing that I fear about my son being an only child. I just hope I'm not no overbearing mama like that be all up in his shit and he got his own family and I'm just being overbearing and stank. I feel like the mother, when your man don't want you, when the daddy don't want you, that don't mean your life is over, mama. And I think that's how her mother is acting. But hopefully her mother, as she talked to her in episode 2, is understanding that, listen, this is my life, this is my husband, my 2 kids, okay? I'm gonna take care of you. You can be here, live here, but don't get on my damn nerves. Okay, don't get on my damn nerves. But Munira, I hope you're making a whole lot of money on the internet, sis, because to give up an electrical engineering career, she must be making a pretty cute coin. Now back to Chloe with the big butt and the big top lip. Chloe has 2 younger daughters. She was married. She was with her husband for 7 years. In the 7th year, they got married, and 2 months after they got married, unfortunately, he had a heart attack and passed away. Okay. She has an older son, which we're going to talk about. Apparently, she's dating a young man that's close to the age of her son. But Chloe is starting to, in my opinion, she's treating her son like her husband. Okay. I just feel like, when your husband passed away, now you using your son to watch your kids and like you treating him like he your man. I I think that's a lot. That's a lot on your son. Now her son is in his 20s, but her daughters are very young. I think one of her daughters is 7 years old and the other one is like 4 or 5 or something like that. So they're really, really little. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But moving on to Ro Picardo, she has a young daughter. When she got pregnant with her daughter, she was dating a guy. She's from Miami, I think, or from Florida. She was the daughter's daddy. He had money. He was a millionaire, but then all of a sudden he got hit with some tax stuff, I guess, or whatever the heck was going on. Something crazy went down, and then he ended up not having as much money. She finds out she's pregnant, and then he ends up going to jail. So now she's thinking that she about to be living the high life and having this baby. Then this man ends up going to jail. Now she got to figure it out on her own. Now she working in the bars and bartending and bottle girl in it, and meeting all the people and moving and shaking. Okay. She had this one guy that owned a restaurant that she was working for. They were super cool, like brother and sister, but she felt like she was working too hard and she was putting so much into the business, but she wasn't getting paid for all the extra money and time. I mean, extra hours and time that she's putting into it. And she has a kid at home. So she wants to be there for her daughter. So she decided, you know what, this ain't for me to just be pouring all this time and energy into this place. I'm gonna figure it out. So she quit her job. Okay. And I think she did that. Oh, Ro is from Baltimore. Oh, how could I ever mess that up? How could I ever mess that up? Okay. Um, so Ro is from Baltimore. I thought, but maybe the dude that she was with just lived in Florida. I don't know. Okay, but that's good to know. Munira Page, also a lot of people were saying Munira looks like Royce Reed, which I think she does. I also think Labrina looks like what's little baby's baby mama? Uh Something Chavez. What's her name, child? I think I took a picture of her. She all over TikTok and stuff. Hold on, y'all, because I know my brain, I must be having some 40-year-old brain syndrome going on. Oh, I don't know her name, but yeah. Jada Chiefs. I think that's her name, Jada Chiefs or Chavez, but I think Labrina looks like her. Elena Salisbury, she's 39. She's a beauty entrepreneur. She owned her own makeup place. Like they had multiple makeup artists. It was kind of like a salon. I don't know if they did hair in there or not, but I know it was a place where you could predominantly come and get your makeup done. So she owned this business with her husband. She decided to close that business down and get her own studio. I've seen Elena traveling with Latoya Luckett. I've seen her doing makeup for some other celebrities too. She's traveled to do makeup with for a lot of people. She is absolutely. I think Elena is super pretty, but I think that Elena is full of shit. Her and her husband are going through some problems right now, and she goes over to Labrina's house in episode 1, and she crying to her, and she's like, "Oh, he cheated on me before we on, and when we were engaged, girl. You went on and married him. Let's stop talking about that." Okay, he cheated on you before y'all got married, but you've been married to him for 21,000 years. Stop. And y'all got kids. This whole I'm sleeping in another room now and we trying to figure it out and shit. Go to therapy. I think Elena got some shit with her. That's what I think. Unless this man, it don't sound like the man is cheating on her or whatever. It sounds to me, and we're going to break this down when we go to episode 2 when I start talking about it. I think that Elena doesn't want to work with her husband. I think that somehow, some way with the business, she doesn't want to work with her husband. It may be one of those things where, oh, this is mine and I don't want you to have any parts of it. Get your own shit while you ride mine type of thing. And it may be where, men are more prone to worry about the financials. And sometimes women, when you own your own business and it's your thing, you're the muscle behind it. Like she's the one doing the makeup. She's the one that's handling, dealing with the art, the customer or whatnot. She's the front face of the business. And he may have been the financials behind it. It may be some, I don't want to have to ask you if I can go do this, or, you telling me I'm spending too much money. I don't care what you're saying. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want you in control of none of my shit. And now that I'm famous and I'm out here doing makeup for Latoya Luckett and whoever else, I know some other celebrities. I feel like I saw her doing makeup for Latoya and DeVal Ellis's wife, Kadeen. I feel like I've seen her doing makeup for them on Divorced Sisters. I feel like when they were, I saw her traveling with Kadeen and Latoya Luckett, and she was doing their makeup when they were doing the Divorced Sisters tour. I feel like I've seen that, but I don't know. Don't quote me. But yeah, she's done makeup for some other celebrities as well. I actually went on her Instagram page. But I think that it may be one of those things where, oh, I'm getting big for my britches. I'm on TV. I don't want you to have any parts of this if I end up divorcing you or something. And I just think women, when we're married, and if you gain something while you're married to your husband, it's okay. Cause you gonna take half his shit if he doing well. So it's just like, girl, if you don't want to work with your husband, I get it. But I just think it's some drama surrounding that. She gives me vibes of a drama queen. Like behind the scenes, she do too much. And it's just like you trying to make a mountain out of a molehill for shit. And I think you stressing this man out some kind of way. I really feel like it's you, Elena. It's you. Moving on. We have Labrina Jackson. She's 35. She's a spa owner and she's married to a former NFL football player. Now, Labrina expressed that she's been cheated on in the past, and but now everything is so great with them. They have a daughter together. She owns her spa. They're like so in love now, and this, that, and the third. Labrina, Labrina looks a little drunk every time in each scene. She's like a little too dialed in with the eyes, and her eyes are a little dilated all the time when I see her. I think Labrina lives her best life when she's hanging out with her friends. And yeah, she'd be a little sauced up. But Labrina is cute. I like Labrina. She's cute. She seems to be the nucleus friend of everybody. Her and Latoria. Okay. I don't know why Latoria is not on this list. Where is here she go. I was like, girl, where is that girl? Because she's supposed to be the main girl. Okay, so we got Latoria Lemon. Okay, she's a PR entrepreneur. Latoria owns the restaurant that we see them walking into at the beginning of the episode. She's promoting her new restaurant. She's worked with a lot of celebrities like Shaquille O'Neal, like so many others that they showed on the episode. They must have gave their free will to show their faces. And she's done PR for them, done business with several people. And I feel like it's a celebrity that she's working with this restaurant, but she didn't want to say their names. So Latoria just seems to be that cute, fun friend that, she's just trying to figure it out, child. She's trying to figure out what's going on with these men and why they act the way the hell they act and all these different things and just navigating all her friends. Okay. So that's what it is. I think so far my favorite is Labrina. Labrina is cute. I like Labrina. Labrina is very much so that friend that you can just call and be like, girl, what's up? And she can be like, girl, hey, come on, let's go. Let's just have a drink. Let's chill. Let's talk about it, girl. I'm going to listen. I'm going to be real. I love the fact that Labrina is real. And I like that these women are coming to the show real. They're not trying to come on here and fake and be something that they're not. You know what I mean? So I can respect that about these ladies. I can appreciate that for sure. So that is the cast, ladies. Let me read your comments. Oh, y'all are talking. Talking. Sweet P724 says, not the funky BBL girl. Yeah, people be saying them things stank, honey. Chocolate 25 LM says, wow, I'm surprised the mom and dad don't get along. They seem cordial on Instagram. Oh, you mean what's her face's parents? Munira's parents? Yeah, in episode 2, she said that they didn't get along, child. The mama had to move and everything. CDW says, hello, everyone. She reminds me of Royce. Yep, see, everybody said that. Royce from Basketball Wives. Like, everybody on Twitter, it ain't never going to be with X to me. But everybody on Twitter said she looked like Royce Reed. Sweet P724 says, oh, no, that's so sad. Oh, yeah, about Chloe's husband. Yeah, and she came on the show talking about how she don't like commitment, this, that, and the third. But then once I realized what happened to her husband, I was like, oh, she's just very guarded. She's very guarded. Lee says, Munira mama need to get over it. Yes, she do, sis. Yes, she do. They divorced when her daughter was a young kid. The mama 82 now and still mad at the daddy. LOL. But you know what? I feel like Munira is of the Indian culture. I think that's how a lot of those women are. When the daddy leave or whatever the case may be, they be pissed the hell off and they be mad when the man moves on and this, that, and the third. And they just go use their children to get at the man for the rest of their life. And I just think that that is just so petty. CDW says Roe is from Baltimore. Oh yeah, I remember. I quickly saw that. You said that. Lee says Jada. Yeah. Oh yes, Jada Cheese Chavez. I don't know, Chad, how you say her name, but she cute. And I think Labrina looks like her. CDW says I like Labrina. Yeah, I like me some Labrina too. I think she's real cute. Lee says Elena is beautiful. She is beautiful, but Elena got some shit with her. I think she got some shit with her. CDW says she does makeup for Kadeem Ellis as well also. Oh, okay. So I was right. So I did see her doing some makeup for them on the Divorced Sisters tour when I think they were going to New York or something. Linnell Seiler says, hey, what's up? What's up? Thank you so much for joining. Lee says, I like Labrina too. Ms. Vaughn says, hey, Shay and Chad. What's up, Ms. Vaughn? Ms. Vaughn is also one of my members. Shout out to you. And thank you so much for joining and catching the live, friend. Ms. Vaughn says, I love the show. Yeah, I love this show too. I think it's gonna be real cute. Chloe's son wouldn't be in my house disrespecting me. Absolutely not. No, he would not. And we gonna talk about it. Miss Evelyn Braxton is a bitter ex. Oh my gosh, she is captain of the bitter ex crew. Queen of them all. Okay. So y'all, let's just get into this first episode. We're gonna breeze through it real quick because the first episode is just really a overview of us getting to know the ladies. So the episode starts off where all the ladies are at a restaurant, they're chilling, hanging out, and whatnot. And hold on, let me see if I can grab some clips for y'all so we can go through the episode. Let me take this down. So the episode starts off where the ladies are just kind of getting to they're all coming together because we have Latoria's new restaurant, right? That she's trying to have them come together and let her know about the menu. What do they think? Do they like it? How's the food? All that good stuff. Okay. So first Chloe comes in. So Chloe is like, I didn't know it was going to be a restaurant open. You should have told me that we should have wore purple or whatever. So I could tell that Chloe is really about her stuff. So she is one of those people that I saw some of the clips from some of the events that she's put together. So she seems like the type that's really into what she does. So I'm interested to see some of her events because I ain't going to judge Chloe by her top lip, but baby, I hope her designs are better than how she looked. But moving on, she's a pretty woman. I'm not going to give her too much, but yeah, that top lip is getting on my nerves. So moving on. Then comes, I think Labrina comes in and then Munira and so everybody comes in. So they're all sitting down and Chloe notices that Elena doesn't have her ring on. She's like, oh, I love your jewelry. Where's your wedding ring or whatever? And Elena was like, I don't feel like I have to wear it all the time. I've been married for so long. It doesn't even matter or whatever. So then she was like, well, you act like you don't like your husband or something, like y'all sleeping in two different rooms. And she was like, well, we are. And I was like, damn, girl, how you pick that up so quick? How we just roll right into figuring out that Elena and her husband having issues. And Elena just, freely letting everybody know, hey, this is what's going on. This is why when I realized I was going to like this show. Because even though Elena was kind of guarded with information, she still was willing to come out and be open because this is reality TV. So we want you to be real about your life, right? So kudos to Elena for doing that and not wasting our damn time, okay? So then Chloe goes into talking about, I think Elena's husband's name is Josh or Jason or something like that. Y'all remind me of what the man's husband name is, child. What the lady husband name is, child, because I be forgetting the people's names. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I can get me some intel here real fast. I don't know what his name, but anyway. Josh, that's his name. His name is Josh. So Josh, somehow Chloe ends up saying he ain't fine. And so Elena's like, my husband is fine. And this, I'm like, girl, why are you worried about what the hell this girl thinks about your husband? Long as you think he fine, it don't matter. Chloe was like, he ain't what I would consider fine. I'm like, okay, Chloe, and you ain't fine. So it is what it is, girl. So what? Moving on. So then they move into talking about other things. Like we still in most of the conversation was dominated by Elena and her husband's issues. Then we move into Chloe and her dealing with younger guys. Okay. So Labrina is like, girl, not you messing with somebody that's 17 years younger than you. That's ridiculous. Like, no, I'm good on that. And Chloe is like, don't knock it till you tried it. And they were like, ain't nothing that's going on in Cougarville, but you paying this young man's bills. And she was like, that ain't the case because mine got money and this, that, and the third. I'm like, Chloe, if this man has money and he's doing all this for you, why are you around here hounding your son about him not taking care, helping you take care of your daughters, and him not answering the phone and him not being around to help you? You constantly treating your son like he your man. But your son is also super freaking disrespectful, and that I can't get with. I can't get jiggy with that shit. So moving on, Chloe defends her being a cougar and whatnot. And so, it is what it is. She like what she like. Hell, y'all ain't got to sleep with him, and you ain't got to pay the young man's bills if that's what she doing. So it is what it is. So moving on, they go into Latoria talking about her restaurant, how the service was a little bit slow. She might want to fix that. Then Ro talks about her job and how she's really not happy with what's going on at the restaurant. She has all this responsibility, but she don't really feel like she's being rewarded for the responsibility that she takes on, and she kind of wants to start fresh and do her own thing. So they're encouraging her to do that. Then Manira is talking about how she, is full-time content creating, and Labrina tells everybody about this party that she's gonna be having at her house for everybody to come over. So we get to the next scene where everybody and their husbands come over to Labrina and her husband's house. Okay. So we're gonna breeze through episode 1, y'all, because it's just really them getting together to is really welcoming us into their world so we can get to know them. So everybody's at Labrina's house. Josh comes there. I think Munira's husband comes too. I'm not sure for sure. Chloe ain't bring her young man, but she comes, and yeah, everybody there hanging out. So Elena, Munira, and Labrina branch off outside. So Labrina is kind of diving deeper into asking Elena questions about what's going on with her and Josh. And, Elena's like, oh, we're good. Everything's okay. Yeah, we're going through a rough patch, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine. So she's just kind of being standoffish, not really trying to give too much information. So Labrina saw right through that. Then she expresses how she's upset that Chloe said that Josh ain't fine. I'm like, girl, we gonna hear this over and over and over again. And Chloe is just gonna be the thorn in Elena's side just for her saying. Now, mind you, Elena, if she's had to say, oh, your husband is fine as hell, girl, you would have had a problem. Because I don't need my friends looking too hard at my damn husband. Okay. That's fine, girl. You don't think he fine. That's good. I think he fine. That's all that matters. Child. So moving on. Elena comes back to Labrina's house at the end of the episode because Elena going over to talk to Latoria, that wasn't even really nothing. She was talking her Latoria, Elena. Is it Latoria, Elena, and no, it was Latoria, Chloe, and Ro have a conversation. And that was when Ro was talking about her job and how she really wasn't happy and she was thinking about quitting or whatever. And then she told the story of her ex and all that. So we kind of got to know Latoria with that and how she had her daughter, this, that, and the third. Chloe didn't really tell the story of her husband passing away. It was kind of weird how she brought up her husband passing away kind of haphazardly in her confessional. It was in the scene where she was at home with her daughters and she got there for her son to relieve to relieve her son of the daughters. Like he was watching the little girls, and then Chloe comes home and she's asking him to sit down and have a conversation with her. And he's like, I don't got time for that. I gotta go. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. Now I know you helping me by helping me with your little sisters and all that, but you will not talk crazy to me in my house because you can get the hell up on out of here and I can go and get me a damn nanny. That's what I can do. Well, I don't know if Chloe can do that or not, but I'm hoping she can with him talking to her crazy like that. So they're just not seeing eye to eye at this point. So they're talking about that, Latoria, Ro and Chloe. So they're all sharing and pairing and sharing their little stories and whatnot. So we get to the end. Labrina and Elena are talking, and child, Labrina looks so inebriated. I don't know how much wine they've had at this point, but she's talking to Elena, and Elena is just pouring her heart out to her, talking about, it's just not the same in my marriage. And Elena, then Labrina, like, yeah, girl, because he cheated on my husband, cheated on me before we got married, and living that NFL life, but I wasn't willing to give up. No, you didn't want to. Yeah, I know you didn't want to give up, Labrina. You saw the light at the end of the tunnel. You was like, I ain't gonna let these hoes get my coins. Okay. I'm gonna stick it out with this man. That's mine. And I'm gonna stick beside him. And you did. And now y'all together. I don't know if you living happily ever after or not, but now y'all in love and y'all done had a kid and you got the ring. Okay. Them other hoes just got some dick. And that's it. Okay. If you like it, I love it. Women that can just wait for the man to get it together, kudos to you. Okay. But as for me in my house, uh-uh. Mm-mm. And then again, I don't know how much cheating she had to go through. And they probably, I don't know how young they were. I don't know what the circumstances were. But at the end of the day, you know, they ended up together. So then Elena talks about how Josh cheated on her when they were engaged. I'm like, girl, y'all been married for 12 years. Y'all met in high school. Like, girl, stop being so fucking dramatic, Elena. I just think Elena is going to be dramatic. I really do. So Labrina is drunk and child eyes is dilated, in my opinion. This, I don't know if she was drunk or not, but I just thought it was so. She was just like, just listening to Elena. I was like, girl, okay. Elena, Labrina listening to Elena, and she was like, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and get me a massage at my spa sitting here listening to your bullshit. So they have a little heart to heart moment, and that was the end of the episode for that. So we move into episode 2, y'all. Let me look at y'all comments real fast. Oh, Sonya Goudry's here. Let me see. Oh, CDW tried to tell me his name. This where Chloe started to have my left eye twitching. Not my left eye twitch. CDW says Josh. Yes. Okay. Ms. Z says yes, Elena, but on a front. Put on a front, but even eventually was vulnerable with Labrina. It was nice for a change. Yeah, and I can appreciate that. I can certainly appreciate that because on these other shows where people are trying to act like their lives are perfect and you on reality TV and it's clear that your shit is fucked up. Like, we're not dumb. We can see all the way through y'all bullshit. D. Herfer says ditto. What's up, D? Thank you so much for joining. D is one of my members, y'all, and I love her so. Thank you so much for joining. Ms. Vaughn says Chloe is going to be a piece of work. Yes, indeed. Okay. Chloe going to be a piece of work for sure, Ms. Vaughn. Sonya Goudry says, hello, everyone. What's up, Sonya? Thank you so much for joining. Love Key says, hello, everyone. Love Key is also one of my members. Thank you so much for joining, Key. All right, we have Ms. Vaughn says, I love how they're all boss ladies and not liars like that other show. Child. Listen, that's what I'm talking about. With people telling their real stories. Yeah. They don't do that on that other show either. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. Lee says, Labrina said, not my check. We gonna make this work. Indeed. She like, I ain't going nowhere. These hoes, y'all gonna get some dick. I'm gonna get the coins, okay? And I'm not just the kind that jingle, the kind that folds, okay? And cha-chings. Miss Vaughn says, yep, she said she wasn't leaving her cheating husband. Hell no, she wasn't. Okay. But I love how she admitted that. She was like, listen, I was going to work this. We was going to be together. We going to work it out. Okay. She wasn't. I'm glad that Labrina didn't wait for somebody to try to bring it to the show that her husband was cheating on her. And she's sitting up here lying. You know what I mean? Like sometimes shows go down that rabbit hole. But listen, if you can't spray me with my own tea if I tell it already. Chocolate 25 LM says this show will eventually surpass Love It. Oh, absolutely. 1000%. First of all, the production is already much more amazing and more superior. The production company that's doing this, they do top tier work and they work with real big time celebrities. So Carlos King and his reality TV stuff, and I'm not going to take nothing away from the man, but the guy that is producing this, I forgot and he doesn't want to be seen. Like he's not one of them people that want to be all up in the videos like Carlos King. He don't need everybody to say it's his production, but he's very well known, the gentleman that does it. Let me get, I think it's Brian something. Who produces Heart and Hustle Houston? Hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all now because I looked up their information. Jesse Collins, that's his name. I don't know why I called him Brian. Jesse Collins Productions is who does it. So it's executive producers are Jesse Collins, Dion Harmon, Madison Merritt, Elaine Matexas, and Camilo Valdez. The show, which premiered on OWN on August 2nd, 2025, focuses on the lives and careers of several Houston entrepreneurs. Okay. So we are going to go on down here to episode 2. Okay. Let's go to episode 2. Now, let me tell you something. Chloe is going to make sure, Elena going to make sure Chloe don't talk about her husband and call him ugly. Okay. Are these just pictures? I hope these are just pictures. That would be so great. Hold on, y'all. No, I don't want to see that. Oh, I thought I was about to have some pictures for y'all. But anyway, Elena is the episode 2 titled The Good, the Bad, and the Fine. Okay. Starts off where Elena is at her place of business, in her new space. She's already closed down the previous makeup spot that she had, or hair or salon, whatever. I think it was more of a makeup place than a salon or whatever. And I think that that's a really great idea because if you can just go and walk in and get your makeup done somewhere, I don't really think that there's a place like that besides like the MAC counter at the store or whatever. So it's cute to have something like that. So Josh comes in and he's talking about this. She's showing him the space and she's talking about how he's telling her how it's really, really nice, how he's really proud of her and whatnot. So they get into talking about their relationship. And she tells him that Chloe said that he not fine and she was pissed off about it. And Josh was an adult about it. And he was like, so what do you want me to do with that information? I loved that he said that because it's like, what do you want me to say? Do you want, if I'm too overexcited about or upset, like why she ain't say I was fine? Would she, who she think look better than me? Then you would be calling him sassy and all this and the third. So he was like, honestly, do you think, he was like, do you think I'm fine? She was like, yeah, of course I do. I think you're, I think you're whatever, amazing, whatever. And he's like, okay, well, that's all that matters to me. I don't care what she thinks about me. I'm not married to her. She's not my woman. So I really don't even care to have this conversation about that. So then she reveals that she told the ladies that they're sleeping in separate rooms and, basically that they're having some problems and they're experiencing some issues in their marriage. And she asked, how does he feel about that? He said, well, listen, it's okay. You sharing information with your friends. He did seem to be a little disappointed. And I think that Josh wants to move further than where they are. I think he wants to get past whatever this rough patch is that they're having in their marriage. I wish that they would just say what the problem is. Like, I don't know if it's that they're not getting along or she's not attracted to him anymore. Well, that can't be the case because she's sitting up here arguing about how fine he is. And Josh is, let me say this, he's my type of guy. He's attractive to me. I think Josh is cute. I mean, he not no muscle bound, whatever, but who really wants all that all the time? I think Josh is handsome. I think he's good. I think he's good on her arm. I think they make a cute couple. So Josh says, listen, I want to be a better man than I was when you met me. Which I'm like, I will hope you're gonna be a better man than you was when she met you, Josh, because you was in high school. Y'all high school sweethearts. So you're a grown ass man now. So I would think that, you would have elevated in life at this point. So she talks about therapy. Now I feel like Elena brought it up like a sticking point to Josh. Like she didn't know. I don't think that she knows how mature this man is at this point. I don't know if he's been uh razzle dazzled up for the cameras or whatever the case may be. But Josh is like, yes, I'll go to therapy with you, but I want to go to therapy by myself first because I need to heal myself before we can come together and, talk about our issues as a unit. And Elena just keeps on trying to throw little things at him she seems very chilled and subdued, but it seems like it's a front. Like she really want to get rah with him, or she wants to try to get a rise out of him. But he's very mature in this moment where he's like, listen, we don't need all this drama. Like, I don't really want any drama with you. I really want to do better in our relationship. So she starts to tear up when he says the thing about therapy or whatever. So I think the way that she thought that this conversation was going to go, it didn't go the way she thought it was going to go. And it actually surprised her. And she couldn't get a rise out of Josh the way that she wanted to because she was doing too much already with the Chloe shit. And, I don't know what the hell she wanted her husband to say about her friend saying he ain't fine. Child, grow up a little bit, Chloe, or a lot of bit. So moving on, we get to Manera. She's she doing family photos or whatever, and they're doing like a brand shoot of whatnot. And she's talking to her husband, and she's saying how she really wants to make more time for them, and they need to do more date nights and stuff like that. Her husband, they look good together. He tall. He tall. We're gonna say that. But they have two cute little girls. So they walk over and talk to each other about date night. How, I don't think they talk about the mama at this point, but I think in confessional, she talks about her mother and how the mother and her husband don't really see eye to eye. But I'm like, ladies, we can't allow our mamas to come in the house and take over because your mama ain't married for a reason. She done fucked up her marriage. Don't have her coming in the house fucking your shit up too. Okay? And that's just what it is. Did y'all notice Chris from Family Houston? Family Empire Houston was the one taking their pictures. Did y'all notice that? Did y'all watch Family Empire? I think it was Family Empire Houston. I love that that show. I also love to see Chris doing other things. Oh yeah, so the mama does come in. So they talk about the mama. She comes in, she trying to help with the pictures or whatever. And Munira tell her, get her ass out the damn camera. This ain't about her. And there we go. So moving on. I thought we was done with Munira, but then we see Munira ass again. So we at Munira, her and her husband, they doing a date night. So they're doing this date night, and she's talking to him about her mama and how, she's very busy and this, that, and the third. And he tells her about his work. Like he's more busy at work. So they still need to make sure that they spend time together. I don't know if Munira was the breadwinner when she was the electrical engineer, because I'm like, if you making all this money content creating, then why does your husband have to work more hours? I'm kind of interested to understand that dynamic because I would understandably, I could see where one person still would keep a regular 9 to 5 job, right? If one person is doing content creation simply for, health insurance, benefits, things like that. 401k calculation, all those good things. It's a benefit to having somebody that's still traditionally working, right? And something to fall back on just in case content creating ain't content, okay? Because Lord knows I, for one, know how that is an up and down battle, okay? But Munira is talking to him. I'm just gonna fuse both of these scenes together because it's like they got 3 scenes, and I don't know why the hell Munira was getting all this damn camera time. So they sit down to talk about the mom, and he says, "Listen, I'll do whatever you want me to do." She's like, I know you and my mother don't really get along very well, but I need y'all to get along. And he's like, "Listen, I love you. I'll do whatever you want me to do. I will talk to your mother, no problem." But he made a look like, I'm gonna do this shit, but her mother is fucking annoying, and I don't want to deal with her. So I don't know. We're gonna see how Munir's mama is. We're gonna see how the mama handle it. So moving on, we have Ro talking to her daughter. Okay, her daughter is outside playing basketball, and she's Ro is saying how her and her daughter are like best friends. This is her only child. So she's telling her daughter how, they gonna end up spending more time together until she figures out what she gonna do because she done quit her job. So the daughter is like, "Girl, what?" Her daughter's name is Sophia. She like, so you quit your job. Okay, so what you gonna be doing, girl? We gonna be outside on the street? Cause this a whole house that need to be paid for, honey. Okay. She was like, well, and Ro is like, well, yeah, maybe now I'll have more time to start a family, get a husband. I'm like, Ro, girl, wait a minute. honey boo boo cakes. How old are you and why you trying to have a whole another kid? And what's this time limit on this husband? Now it sounds like you about to be forcing somebody's son to hurry up and marry you because you over here doing some clock on your biological clock, okay? It's ticking. So I don't know. This will be interesting to see what Rose's next career move is. Um, Lord knows I don't think it's good for her to be working somewhere where she's not appreciated and somebody is just doing too much and she's working and not getting paid for all her time. She talking about she got a date and the daughter is like, "Is it LeBron James?" And she like, "LeBron James?" Like, oh my God. Child, LeBron is married, honey. I just thought that was funny. So moving on, because we already done talked about Munira and her husband, child. They got 3 damn scenes. I don't know how the hell that happened. So we get over here to the girls. Okay, the girls are hanging out. And this is Labrina, Munira, and Ro. Okay, they're all hanging out. So they're just talking about, they hanging out. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I don't really know what the hell happened in this scene. So we're going to listen to it together.
Here together, just have a couple cocktails, some kiki moments, and just have a good time. So Norm and I told y'all, we've been trying to do more date nights. Mm-hmm. So that's why we've been making more initiatives. We did a cooking class. It was amazing. I did too. Such a great girl. Too. We got a cooking class. We did. We had a cooking class. So I don't.
So Munira don't be cooking, y'all. So she, with her and Norman doing that cooking class, apparently Norman cooks all the food. He makes all the meals, which I can kind of identify with that because my husband is the same way. He cooks all the time and he's very good at it. Me, I can cook, but if I don't have to, I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to. So yeah, the ladies are talking. Let me see if we can get to the point here. Ro, I think she tells them that she quit her job.
How's your relationship with Sophia daddy?
Me and Sophia's dad. So when I got pregnant with Sophia, he got indicted with the feds. I was living with him in Miami, and
Okay, so yeah, she was living with him in Miami. So she tells them the story about her baby daddy and how he in jail. So all his assets got froze. And now, she looking at her life totally different. Like, oh, this ain't how the hell I thought my life was about to be. This nigga ain't got no money. Now I got to raise this child by myself.
And I try not to fault him for that, but it's still, I was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And that hurt me too. And this is my first pregnancy. Right. He was like, no, it's okay.
So she started crying. Ro don't really have a Baltimore accent though, y'all. Huh. And that Baltimore accent is very evident. Yeah, hold on. I just looked up. Miss Z said something interesting. Mm-hmm. Child. Let me see what y'all Elena is an idiot. Oh, let me go back. What y'all talking about? It's been number 3 in the ratings after LAMH and the other show on. Yeah, see, it's gonna crank up. CDW says, I've noticed that CK has not reviewed this show on Monday so far, and he not, because he know that this is gonna be what ends him. He keep on talking about the number 1 show on OWN network, and it's gonna be Heart and Hustle Houston. Ms. Vaughn says Josh is cute in my opinion. Yeah, I think Josh is cute as well. Ms. Vaughn says, I would like to know what the problem is too. Yeah, what is the problem with y'all? Like, why are y'all experiencing these issues? I just feel like it's getting blown out of proportion at this point. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Elena is an idiot. I would have never told him some bitch who don't matter said he's not fine or good looking. What does that help? Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Elena is she's a little toxic. I think Elena got some toxicity in her. I really do. Because I would never bring that to my husband. Because why? I don't care what this bird is saying about my husband. He's my husband. Long as I think he fine, who gives a fuck what you think? Ms. Vaughn says, it's amazing he said he'd go to counseling. Yeah, I'm glad that he said that too. And I really, like I said, I really do feel like she wasn't expecting him to say that. I think I don't know what's going on with Elena, if she cheating or whatever, who knows? But it's like, I feel like she's fishing for something. She's fishing for a reason to have a problem with her husband. And I don't know what it is. Ms. Z says, did you notice Munir's photography is from Family Empire Houston? Yes, I did. Chris. I think his name is Chris. Ms. Vaughn says, I did recognize Chris. Yes. Yep. His name is Chris. Yep. I recognize. I was like, okay, Chris, getting you some other work so your cousin-in-law can stop talking shit. Or she his sister-in-law. No, his cousin-in-law. Lee says, I thought Josh was going to be an asshole, but Elena looked like she was reaching or trying to bait him into being the problematic one, but it didn't work. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that noticed that. See, like we here, Lee. We here with it. I feel like she was trying to bait him. And he seems like a level-headed dude. And she just trying to, I don't know, she trying to make him look bad. So I think Elena might be out here doing some bullshit. Okay, she out here with these celebrities and hanging out. She talking about I can pull better men than Chloe any day, and she can't get with the caliber of men that I can get with. I'm like, okay, girl, who you getting with out here? You got something to tell Josh and us? Don't think. Listen, you on reality TV, Elena. Whatever you doing, that shit gonna come out, girl. Go on, girl. Chocolate 25 LM says Munira actually has 3 daughters, a set of twins, and a younger daughter, and she has a bonus daughter from her husband. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I was just going off of who was in the picture, child. Or did I say how many daughters she had? I don't even know. But yeah, sound like a whole gang of girls. Okay. Ms. Vaughn says Sophia is too cute. Yeah, she is cute. Her daughter was just out here like, girl, what you about to be doing? Like, how you gonna pay these bills, child? Sonia Gudry says, I like Ro. Yeah, I think Ro is gonna be cool. She like a real down-to-earth, round-the-way girl. I like that about her. I want to hear that Baltimore accent though. It ain't really coming out. Let me see. Here she talking.
And I love to hear her say something like that.
And honestly, I hate the fact that a lot of times we experience so much trauma, but all that trauma that you've experienced, you're just giving her the best life that you didn't have.
I just want to hear her voice.
But just know you are doing an amazing job. You are doing such an amazing job.
Oh, I ain't really get to hear her talking too much. But in this scene, Labrina's eyes was dilated down to the T right here too, y'all. Look, Elena, let me tell you something. I mean, Labrina, she get them drinks in, honey. CDW says Ro definitely has the vibe of Baltimore. Yeah, I want to hear her accent. Ms. Z says, "Oh, Miami." Oh yeah, we pulled that up. Ms. Vaughn says, "I'm from Baltimore. She doesn't have an accent to me." Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, the Baltimore accent is it's very distinct. So I don't know. She sounds like she from Atlanta or something. But hey, if she from Baltimore, hey girl. Lee says Ro was a drug dealer girlfriend. She know what she was doing with that man. Exactly. You knew the jig was gonna be up at some point. Okay. CDW says that's what I said. She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't have that accent. Chocolate 25 LM says my husband is the chef in my family too. Yeah, you know what, the men, I'm realizing men are starting to take over the cooking in a lot of households now too. CDW says she speaks fast. Yeah, she does talk fast because I think Chloe says something about that. Like, Ro, I mean, that's my girl, but she be talking so damn fast. I don't even know what she be saying. Oh, Miss B is here. She says, "Hey sis, I'm hitting that like button." Yes, y'all, please hit the like button. We got 10 people here in the chat. Please hit the like button for me, please, and thank you. Okay, Miss B must have just got off her live chat. I got to go over there and talk about the Beyond the Gates, okay? Because the people was showing off today, okay? The people were showing off, getting serving divorce papers and whatnot. Nicole doing too much. I'm gonna have to go over there, sound off in the comments. CDW says, Miss Vaughn, I love the Baltimore accent and Philly. I do too. I do like the accent. I loved hearing it when I was at Morgan State, being from DC. Miss Vaughn says, my brother-in-law is cooking for the family now. I know that's right, Miss Vaughn. You better enjoy your meal, honey. But let's get to where we at. We got it's so pretty outside. Munira talking to her mama, okay? So her mom says that she ends up talking to her mom, letting her mom know, listen, I need you to get along with Norman, okay? You up in my damn house with me and my children and whatnot, and my husband, and we need to be happy wife, happy life, and happy mama. Don't cause me no drama, okay? Don't do nothing up and fucking up my house like you did with my daddy, okay? So then the mama says, well, I want to get out more. Maybe I'll go dancing. I love to dance. I like to do that. I'm gonna go hang out, and pretty much I'm gonna go find me a life of my own so that I want to start dating again. I want to do some things. And Munira was like, "Oh, you about to find me a new daddy?" And I'm like, "Girl, your mama, child. I don't know what she gonna do, but long as she ain't in the house fucking up your life, who cares?" So moving on, she tells her mother, she loves having her around, but she need her to get along with her husband pretty much. So the mom says she'll be willing to talk to the husband, and that's what it's gonna be. So moving on, Chloe goes to her husband's grave site. Okay, so they're supposed to be having a gathering at the grave site to celebrate her husband's life, and she goes over how everything happened to him. She has these two daughters now. The daughters are really young. I want to know how old the daughters were. I mean, the daughters are actually. One of them looks like she could be about 7 or 8, and the other one maybe about 5. That's what it looks like to me. But apparently this would have been his 50th birthday. So the family gathers around, and they talk about how loving this man was, how he would give you the shirt off his back. He was super kind. He loved to cook. He was like the caretaker. He was like the big G of the family. Like everybody loved him type thing. So the daughters are cleaning off the grave, and she's calling her son Nico. And Chloe's calling Nico, and Nico, she's like, Nico, I thought you were going to be here. And he's like, nah, I ain't coming. And she was like, what? And he's like, I can't do nothing. What does I can't do nothing? What does I can't do nothing mean? I don't understand that. So Chloe is mad that Nico isn't coming. Her and Nico got to sort out their issues at this point, because it seems like Chloe needs Nico. And he helps her with the kids. But at this point, you might need to go and get you somebody else to help with the kids because Nico is young and he is out here living his best life. And you might want to forge him getting out there to the streets a little faster and going and hanging out with his friends and go do what he need to do. Because at this point, he's a liability. Okay, he's a liability. So moving on, we have Labrina and Munira talking. I guess they're talking about all the ladies getting together for a gathering. They're gonna go outside to this something. Everybody had on cowboy hats and rodeo shit. I don't know if it was. It looked like they was going to the damn Beyonce concert, but I forgot that they were in Texas. So it was a rodeo that they all were gathering to go to. So Munira and Labrina are talking about gathering everybody to go to this rodeo. So all the ladies go to the rodeo. All of them look extremely cute. Like everybody's dressed to the nines. So they all sit down to talk. So eventually, Latoria gets there and she sees this lady named Shanika. She don't remember how she knows this lady. The lady knows her, and she brings this woman over to her friend group for them to where they're all sitting down. And she's like, "Hey, everybody, I met her." Like she didn't even say the girl's name, and her Labrina was like, "What's your name?" She was like, "Oh, Shanika." And even Latoria, even then, still didn't remember where the hell she met this girl from. So everybody asking this lady questions to try to figure out where the hell this lady come from. And Latoria, child, it's a mess. So moving on, after that whole fiasco, Chloe asked Latoria to go over to the bar and get a drink with her. So Latoria reveals to Chloe that Elena said that she can't pull the caliber of men that Elena can. And that none of the men that like she basically can pull better looking dudes than Chloe. And Chloe would never, the guys that like Elena would never want to talk to Chloe. So Chloe was like, I just talked to her. So earlier, Elena and Chloe had a conversation. And basically Chloe apologized to Elena. And she said, listen, I don't think your husband is fine, but you know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Everybody was telling Chloe that that was wrong for her to say in the first place. So it seemed like Elena and Chloe came to a little bit of a truce. But then here come Latoria reviving it. But at this point, Chloe, you've already talked to Elena. So it's like y'all have already squashed it. Why are you reigniting the beef? I just think that was just, I think that was just a waste of time, and it was just real weird. So Chloe walks away from this conversation like, oh, okay, because I wanted to kick her ass earlier for coming for me and talking shit. Now I'm mad again, and now it's on. We gonna go back and forth over this shit. I'm like, y'all gotta grow up. Ladies, you got to grow up. Y'all fighting back and forth over whether Elena's husband is fine. Sometimes, ladies, we got to pick our battles because some of this shit is just plain stupid. But that was Heart and Hustle Houston episode 1 and 2, y'all. I think this is going to be a really cute show. From here on out, we'll just do full reviews of the show. And I may even do watch alongs on my channel for it, on my Patreon channel for it, so we can kind of go through the scenes together. So I don't know. Let me know if that's something that y'all want to do. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and share the video. Before I get out of here, I'm going to go ahead and read the rest of y'all comments, okay? Lee says, baby, my husband could cook some noodles and a hot dog. That's it. I'm on the grill, stove, flat top, whatever. Not noodles and a hot dog. Now, my husband loves some ramen, okay? But he be in there making concoctions, and I'd be like, okay, sir. But it be good, though. Miss Vaughn says, it was a nice family gathering at the gravesite. Yeah, it was. I thought that was really sweet. Like, his family seemed like they really, really loved him. And he seemed like a really good guy. Lee says, Nico would have gotten put out that day. And would, okay? Something got to give with Mr. Nico. He doing too much. And he talking about something, if her young dude ever come around, they gonna have to have some words. Nico, who the hell are you, sir? Ain't nobody asked you a goddamn thing. Okay? And you ain't gonna do shit. Knock it off. Miss Vaughn says Nico is a liability. He doesn't have any motion to me. It might be doing something slick, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Nico out here, I don't know. I don't want to wish nothing on nobody's son doing some crazy shit, but Nico doing stuff. I feel like he out here moving that dope. Okay, and I hope that's not the case. Miss Vaughn says that was weird, not asking where she knew the lady from. Yeah, I was like, it's not rude to be like. I mean, I get it. It's a lot of times you walk by people, and I know so many people, and sometimes I remember faces but I don't remember names, and so I'll ask people, dang, you look so familiar. Where do I know? Please charge it to my head and not my heart. Where do I know you from? And I will ask that question because I don't want to seem rude, like I'm not acknowledging the person. But I also want you to know I'm not about to sit here and act like I know you and I don't. And you can't get mad that I don't know you. Like, it's okay. Let's either we're gonna have a conversation or not. But that's Heart and Hustle Houston, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Again, please don't forget to like the video, comment down below, share this video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Love you, mean it. Peace out.